Hey guys! So welcome back to my skin diaries of the month. This month I don't really know what to talk about, so I thought to jazz up this video a little bit. I would get super dressed up. It is October, which is spooky month. I don't really have any plans for Halloween this month. Obviously, we're still in a pandemic, and I really didn't know if I wanted to spend all this money to just get dressed up at home and like post on Instagram or something. So to kind of make up for that fact, I decided to dress kind of, I don't know, unlike me. I feel like this is how I used to dress, but as I've gotten older and gone through things, I've kind of just dialed back on like how much I dress up and show out. Now I feel like there's nothing wrong with that at all, but I just like don't have the time and energy to spend on that recently, even though I kind of wish I still did. Anyway, so this is my second month of curology, which is super exciting. Woo! We made it to month 2. And I'm really excited to say that my skin has been looking pretty amazing. And I know you guys have realized, I've gotten a lot of comments on Instagram saying, wow, your skin looks so much better. It looks like it cleared up a lot and it's happier. And yeah, it definitely is. Shall I come a little bit closer to show you? So I think definitely I've seen better days. Today I have a few new ones, but this past month and a half, I would say, my skin had started doing a lot better. And especially with curology, my formula has tretinoin in it and also azelaic acid, which I've actually mentioned before, I think have been like a golden combo for my skin. And I'm really excited that I figured that out for myself because it's definitely doing like a crazy thing to my skin. Now, I have been not using the moisturizer every single night. Like I mentioned in some previous videos, sometimes my skin really just doesn't need moisturizer, even if it is a little flaky. A little flakiness I found is like okay and actually good for my skin. When I start packing on the moisturizer, I do find that I'm a little oilier and in turn I do get a few more breakouts. This month, something you may have noticed is I'm in a different backdrop, and that's because I moved. And I moved back to the East Coast from Los Angeles, which is a lot drier. So I think my skin is kind of adjusting to this change in environment. So I've definitely seen a little more acne than I did last month, but it's kind of small. They're like those little ones. So I do think it has a lot to do with environment. It's been very humid here recently. Like today it's super cloudy and humid, but cold. It definitely needs to rain, and then I think my skin will get a little clearer. I also changed my acid reflux medication. So I'm thinking that the one I was taking previously maybe worked a little better for me in terms of clearing my acne and such. So I think that might be a contributor as well. But of course, I can't really be too sure about the specifics. I'm kind of still figuring this out myself. This is a diary, it's ongoing. I don't think I'll ever be an expert on my skin. It's always gonna change, it's always gonna fluctuate. I've just, you know, been blessed with skin like that, and it's skin that I'm always going to have to keep up with and learn about and change my routine with, probably, is what I'm learning now as I get older. And I'm realizing I don't think like there's a cure to acne, especially if you're someone like me that has very acne prone skin that doesn't really go away and it will come back often. I don't really think there's like a permanent cure for it. It can always come back. It's just about you kind of listening to your skin and listening to your body and learning about its needs and wants and feeding that. So if your skin is saying, like mine, I don't like moisturizer, you're freaking me out, then you don't need to use it. Just because your friend might have a 12-step skincare routine doesn't mean that necessarily that will work for your skin. And this is what I try to tell so many people, you know, like when they ask me for a skincare routine, it's like, I can give it to you, but it still doesn't mean just because it works for me, it's gonna work for you. It's so personal. it's so specific. At least my skin is so sensitive and so hyper specific to the products that I'm using. So I'm always so wary of recommending people routines or skincare products if I, you know, am unsure that they're gonna work for me, or even if they will work for me, just because my skin is so very sensitive. Yeah, so my skin's looking a lot clearer, a lot more bright. I don't have as many scars. Also, I'm just not getting oily anymore. I think my skin type is almost like changing to way more, not dry, I wouldn't say dry, it's just like normal almost. I do have a little bit of peeling. It'd be hard for you to see probably, but I have some peeling around my mouth, and I do get it like around my chin area, like right here. But like I said, I don't mind that. I'd rather have peeling skin than a lot of painful acne. So I'm fine with a little bit of peeling, especially, you know, it's getting colder here, so I'm gonna get more and more of that. And I think with masks, you know, kind of rubbing, it's only gonna get worse, and I just have to figure it out, you know? For this part of the video now, I'm going to do my Curology monthly interview. So a lot of you guys asked me, when are you doing your next skin diaries, blah, blah, blah. I decided since I didn't have that many updates, I would just, you know, do it once a month unless something crazy came up. So I'm also going to be pairing that with my Curology interview. So if you guys saw last month's skin diaries, I mentioned that I was starting a routine with Curology, which is so exciting. Thank you again to Curology. And so I answered their monthly interview questions in that video. So every month what I'm going to be doing, just as a refresher, is answering these questions so that you can see not only just my skin progress, but also my progress in life and just where I'm at and what I'm thinking about. I hope you guys find these interesting. I think it's gonna be really fun and interesting to see how much my life changes. If you guys know me personally or have followed me for a long time, I change so much so quickly. Like, I feel like even a year ago, even a month ago, even a week ago, I was a completely different person. And it can be really overwhelming and stressful sometimes to change so much and evolve so much and feel so different. But it's also amazing and it's good. And I feel like if I were feeling so stagnant all the time and so the same all the time, that wouldn't be me. I'm a person who likes to change and evolve and try new things and move around. So yeah, I think it's perfect for me, and I'm really excited again to be working with Curology. Also, if you guys are interested in Curology, check out the description box for all links, all codes. It's all gonna be down there. Yeah, so let's get into the questions, shall we? I kind of feel like I'm on a talk show because I have lighting and like a real tripod for once. So this feels really good. I love it. I wish I had like a guest here to interview. Like, that would be really cute. The first thing we have to do is state the date. So today's date is October 25th, 2020. It is spooky month, hence the outfit that I decided to put on for you guys today. I hope you like it. I was thinking of doing a Halloween costume, but I was being lazy. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. The next question is, what's the biggest thing going on in your life right now? Honestly, the biggest thing is probably that I moved, and you can probably tell because the backdrop is different. I did move from Los Angeles back to the East Coast, where I'm originally from, just to kind of get away and focus on myself and my healing and my well-being. And I just wanted to go to a more quiet location where I could be by myself, just to create and to focus on what I love doing the most, which is, you know, interacting with you guys and just being creative. And yeah. So that's probably the biggest thing going on in my life right now. Also, the election is super soon, and that's something that's really been on my mind recently. It's hard not to think about it when it does affect your life so much. And being a young adult, you know, I'm 21. This is a big election for me because it dictates the next 4 years of my life. And for me, that can be extremely life-changing. So this is definitely something I'm thinking about a lot. It's also the first election I voted in, so it's really impactful, and I think I'm gonna remember this time forever and ever. So yeah, guys, if you guys are watching this, go out and vote. Make it the most important thing in your life right now too. It's a really important election. I know this isn't about politics or anything, this video in particular, but I just did want to mention that. It's really important that we vote in this election so that we can make some change. And it's not only about this election, it's about every election and making your voice heard, and we need to do that. So that's really what has been going on in my life, those thoughts. I hope that was what you were looking for. I don't know. What's my favorite song right now is the next question. What did I say last time? I probably said Cardigan by Taylor Swift. I wonder, roll the tape. I really want to say Cardigan again, but honestly, it's hard to choose one specific song from Folklore from that album by Taylor Swift, because since last month, that's been literally on repeat. I think it's just like the perfect autumn, like things are changing, but I'm independent enough to feel it and process it and let it go sort of vibe. Do you know what I mean? So I really just want to choose the whole Folklore, I can't say that word, Folklore album by Taylor Swift. But if I really had to choose one specific song from that album right now, maybe I'd say Exile with Bon Iver, or My Tears Ricochet, or Betty. But the live version, that's so good. Shout out to my bestie Chris for recommending me to listen to the album, because it really has been life-changing, and it's my first Taylor Swift album since I was like 12 years old, and she came out with like Speak Now, that I've been like obsessed with, and it's the only thing I can listen to. So I'm really excited to be back connected with my Sagittarius sister, Taylor Swift. Yeah, I love her new album. So good. So good, so good, so good. Please listen. Water break. What is your favorite social media trend right now? I'm hoping that it's not just a trend, but I have seen a lot more influencers and celebrities using their platforms to voice out important events. I think I started noticing this around March when Black Lives Matter was a big thing. There were a lot of protests going on, especially where I was living at the time in Los Angeles. It was really crazy every night. Something that I noticed that was really good, and something that I was really happy about, was that a lot of influencers were using their platforms to spread awareness on what you could do to help, or just what was going on. And I thought that was so good, and I was so proud that I could be a part of that as well. And I did try to do my part as much as I could. And you know, you guys, if there's ever stuff you want me to share or spread awareness on, please send me things through DMs or mention me on Twitter. I'm always checking. But yeah, so one thing that I've noticed a lot is influencers and celebrities using their voice and their platforms to spread the awareness that we have to vote. Like I said, so important to vote in this election. And also different ways on how to vote, how to make sure your vote gets counted. I think that's really important because, you know, I've been clueless about these things for so long. They don't really teach you these things in school, kind of more word of mouth. And if we can use social media to promote that and promote facts and to promote how to use our rights, you know, I think that's really good, and that's so important. And it's a way that social media can be used for the greater good instead of for things like feeling bad or comparing yourself. You know, I think social media can be used for a whole lot of good, and I'm seeing that in a lot of people. So I hope it's not just a trend. We need to keep this going. We need to keep the momentum. Spread the word. Your voice matters. Even if you don't think it does, it does. It really does. And taking a stance is important, and using your platform is really important. So good going to everyone who's been doing that. Proud of us, proud of you. We can do it. Woo! The next question is, how do you feel about yourself today? Well, I kind of started out this morning feeling a little bit not too good. I was a little tired, not gonna lie. It's been really hectic even though I came here to relax. So I'm still trying to find that balance, you know, between work and relaxation. But yeah, it's been a little bit hard, not gonna lie. This morning when I woke up feeling a little bit off, I took it slow. I gave myself the time that I felt I needed in the morning to wake up and process how I was feeling, and I'm glad that I did because, you know, I gave myself a few hours and then I was able to get ready, and when I was getting ready I was able to have fun with it, and that's not something I am always able to do every day. Sometimes I just want to slap it all on and just run out of the house, or maybe not even slap anything on, you know. And yesterday was definitely one of those days where I did not feel like getting ready, so I was really excited when I could do that for myself today. So I'm feeling a lot better and just ready to take on this day, and yeah, excited. How many days have you been using Curology? Well, it's been exactly a month. The last check-in was when I began, which was September 25th, 2020. So that's really exciting. The next question is, how do you feel about your skin now? I feel really confident in my skin right now. I feel really proud of the progress I've made just on my own and with Curology, and just figuring out what ingredients really work well with me. I'm so proud of how far I've came and how far we've came in this journey together, and I feel really good and just proud of every scar because, you know, it shows the journey. And yeah, I feel really good about my skin. I'm not gonna lie. It's been a while since I looked at my skin in the mirror and felt really ashamed or really embarrassed. And that feels so powerful to even be able to say, because I've really struggled for a long time with my self-esteem because of my skin and because of that waiting game of, oh, I don't know when my acne is gonna come back. I might not have this clear skin anymore. You know, that game I played with myself was really tough, and it's really exciting to be able to feel beautiful no matter what state my skin is at. So I'm really grateful for you guys as well, because I think you helped me a lot in that journey. What changes have you noticed in your skin is the next question. I've definitely noticed, like I said previously in this video, more of a shift to drier / normal type skin as opposed to the more oily type skin I had before starting Curology, before using azelaic acid and tretinoin cream. I definitely had more oily skin, and I think the oiliness also contributed a lot to my acne. So I'm really glad that I got that actually sorted, because I couldn't figure out for a long time where this oiliness was coming from or what to do. So I would, you know, slather on all these toners and stuff, but they never worked. So I'm actually really excited to see this change in my skin. I did also mention before that I was having some dryness and flaking, but that's not too bad. I do definitely prefer that to having painful acne. So I'm not too peeved about the dryness, to be honest. It's more of a little annoyance that I can figure out and deal with. So yeah. The next question is, what are your thoughts on Curology? I'm really so glad that I found you guys. You know, I always had positive thoughts on Curology, and I was always curious about it because I thought, well, if I went to so many dermatologists and they could never figure it out, how would Curology be able to curate a good formula for me? But by assessing your skin type through photos and also looking at your medical history, what you may have used in the past, and using process of elimination, they assess what may have worked for you, what may not have worked for you, and then they look at the ingredients and they pick out specific ones that have been shown to work for you. So I think by working with my care provider and Curology and really looking through my history and where we went wrong and where we may have went right, and really curating specific ingredients for my skin has been a game changer, and it just all makes sense now. And now I understand why so many people raved about it and so many people said it was amazing. It really is, and it's a really special experience actually to be able to go through. So I'm really glad that I was curious about Curology. Obviously I was on the right track, and I'm so glad that they wanted to work with me, and I'm glad that I am able to share this with you guys and share my experience and how I feel about it, because I think it can definitely help some of you, and I think a lot of you should give it a go, you know, try it out, maybe it'll work. So really cool. Yeah, feeling good about you guys, feeling good about this journey. The very last question is, where do you hope your skin will be in a couple of weeks or a few weeks from now? Honestly, I just hope we keep with this good positive growth and evolution of my skin. I'm really liking the way that it's changing and the way that it's developed, and I'm really liking the progress that I'm seeing basically. So if we could continue on with this progress, that would be really awesome. Of course, it would be great if I had nothing at all a few weeks from now, but I am realistic. I know my skin is very slow and I have to be patient with her. So I'd be glad if my skin looked like this weeks from now as well. I really wouldn't mind that. So yeah, that concludes my month 2 of interview questions with Curology and my skincare diaries for today. I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment down below what you'd like to see me film next, and make sure you're subscribed. Hit that bell button. I have a lot of you watching my videos who are not subscribed, whom I'm still thankful for, but come on, if you're sticking around, may as well make the commitment. Join my fam, let's make it happen. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you in the next one. Make sure to take care, stay hydrated, get out there and vote, use your voice, and yeah, love you. Bye. Thanks for watching.